Happy Friday, friends. That's better.
Sure.
Say hi,
adjust
Adam.
my mic.
That mic is a total fake.
Hey, everybody. Hi. Say hi, Paul.
Let's get something started here. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Paul.
I'm Adam with Vincent Esquire. Thanks for joining us. It's a Friday, and it's time to
learn a little, and that's what we're about to do. So, Adam, what was the plan for talking today? If you read our ticker.
According to this, we can learn a little about non-probate asset transfers.
Yeah, non-probate,
as in a probate court. Just kidding. Hey, little trivia, Vincent Esquire trivia here. We found an old, the original car title for the original Vincent Esquire Chariot.
1989 Chrysler LeBaron.
89 Chrysler LeBaron.
Was it a soft
$500?
Top? It wasn't a soft top.
It was not. No, it was. Hey, Kathy.
It was $500.
$500.
2000.
Put into the name of our father, I'm sure for insurance purposes. But he also, thoughtful guy, did a transfer on death designation affidavit to his two
lucky sons.
Okay sons.
Yep.
Moderately good.
And we didn't even know at the time what that meant, but we found out the other day after having looked at it that was probably the first non-probate transfer that we were part of.
Absolutely.
So,
Pretty special. Pretty special.
How exciting. So today we're going to talk about a couple common assets that folks have. And if they do, we'll explain to you how you can transfer those without having to go to a silly probate court.
Do you own a home? So that's one example. You have a survivorship deed, perhaps. Check out how your home is titled if you are married.
TGIF, good call.
If you're married, it should be under a survivorship deed with your spouse.
We agree, Kevin.
If you own any other real estate, it could be in tenants in common, or it could be have a deed that has survivorship language. You want that survivorship language. That's one example. Another is
this is a fake mic.
Another is do you hold life insurance or a retirement account?
Right. So any sort of retirement account and pretty much any insurance that I've ever heard of, you can identify a beneficiary. So if you were to pass away, all your loved ones would have to do would be hand over a death certificate proving that you are in fact deceased, and a check will be written according to the way that beneficiary structure is set up.
And so that's a contractual transfer. The first one was a transfer through the deed or through the title of the car or home.
Law, right?
And you can also transfer through contract. And the contract you sign when you buy your insurance or when you set up your retirement account dictates how that happens. And you name those beneficiaries or multiple beneficiaries getting a certain percent. And it's done contractually. What was the other one we mentioned?
What was the other one we mentioned?
Think of all your emojis.
Yeah, I got to go back to my emojis. Oh, here they are on my thing. So we talked about a car on our own, but that is in fact another very helpful and productive thing to get done if you are either up there in age or just worried about your health. A lot of clients, unfortunately, have done all the things right, except they have that $2,900 used car that they forgot to do a transfer on death designation for. And then they have to go to probate court for, a couple $1,000 asset, which, ends up being eaten up by, some annoying lawyer that is getting overpaid. So that's another great one. All that requires is you go into the DMV saying this is what you'd like, and they'll help you. They'll give you a piece of paper. They won't help you, I'm sure, but they'll give you the paper that you have to fill out, designating who the lucky person would be to receive that asset after things go sideways for you. So,
yep, cool.
So, the other one too. Do we talk about bank accounts?
Go ahead. No, contractual.
Yeah, another one. There's another contract with your bank, another contractual transfer. You go to the bank, similar to what you do for the DMV. You go to a teller and just say, "Hey, I want a payable on death account form." And they'll give you one, and it's the same thing. You can split up anything remaining in your bank account to whomever you designate on that form. And then down the road, when you pass away, all you have to do is hand over a death certificate, and they'll cut a check or hand over a check to you at the bank. So that's a fast way to do it.
And the last one we mentioned was a business.
Pay close attention, Dan. If
you have a business in the corporate documents, whether it's LLC or corporation, you can set up, having that transferred, having your membership interest or ownership interest transferred through within the company. So that's something that, again, is by agreement in writing. And so you can arrange for that, preparing for that, and how that would be split up and who it would go to, and the mechanics of how management and so forth. Sure.
So Dane has a question for us on what happens. Well, of course, everything depends, but if you were to pass away, that debt needs to get paid by somebody. So hopefully the person taking over can figure out how to refinance the property so they can take care of that debt. But that debt, of course, does not just float away. So that's something that's a bridge you got to cross. Hopefully you have life insurance or something to take care of that, the person that, passed away, or some other asset to cover that debt. But you will have to deal with that. So, you cross that bridge when you get there. Call Dan Barron. He can take care of that for you. What if I don't want my, Dan is bringing, Dan, you should have just come on live. We'd love to have you on here. You're smarter than we are at this stuff. So in some cases, there are irresponsible children out there, and you want to talk to a trusted advisor,
trusted legal advisor,
and you can get a trust set up to help handle that, and also not disclose to the public that you want to write off said irresponsible child.
Correct. Yes. Get some privacy that way.
Yeah. So it's just like a will. You want your things to transfer with a trust that'll happen outside of the probate court with a trustee, and you can get as creative as you want with that money, and you don't have to let your irresponsible goober get a big chunk of money.
Speaking of children,
Adam's got.
I got to run. You can keep answering questions.
Where's my invitation, Dan? You'll get one. All right, I'm going to send you a link.
It's official.
And then, was there anything else? Oh, business.
I just did.
You did.
Yes.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
I do that sometimes. Hey, everybody. Oh, Greg's asking more stuff. Do you want to get out of here?
Yeah, in a minute.
Okay, you go.
All right, Paul's got that one.
I'll cover
Folks,
that.
Thanks for joining us.
Adam's got to run. Weekend. He's a responsible dad and needs to go pick up his children. We got another question. Would a trust? Yeah. So would a trust be better? Yes. And a lot if you have irresponsible children, for sure. What about personal property like collectibles? Is there any way to transfer those without probate? Well, the practical answer is sure, but you better hope that folks get along. Unmute. That was weird. I muted myself somehow. So anyway, Greg asked about personal property and collectibles. Any way to transfer those without probate? Technically, no, because there's no contractual transfer of those unless you, of course, like Mr. Barron suggested, had a trust in place. That way, you don't have to go to probate court. You can just have the trustee run the show on that transfer. You can obviously attach to your will specific gifts to people so the right folks get it that you want them to, but no, technically you cannot transfer personal property like collectibles without a probate court or a trust. Now, a practical way of doing that is people that get along well enough just all agree on who's getting, mom's rugs and couches. But you either have to have a trust or a will in place to make those transfers legally. And then there's the practical side. If everybody's friends, then you can do it that way. There you go. Dave, thanks, buddy. Dan, I will send you a link. I think that's it. So if anybody else, here's another one. Dan, bring the questions. What if my beneficiary on my TOD is a nursing home? Would that kick them off their benefits? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. You're talking about a future benefit. Okay, yeah, talking about Medicaid stuff. I don't like Medicaid concerns or Social Security or disability or any other. You want to talk to Dan Barron. Dan, would you please put your contact info in here? I mean, people want to talk to you, not me. So anyway, operating agreements necessary to use flow of trust. This guy is well caffeinated. Does your firm draft operating agreements and the necessary agreements to flow through a trust? Yes. So an operating agreement is just how the business is run. And in the case where similar to a transfer on death for your real estate, you can have a transfer on death through your operating agreement, like Adam said when I wasn't listening. And in there, you can actually designate where it goes, and the entity that goes to can actually be a either a revocable or an irrevocable trust, and that's one way to do it. And a lot of people do it, so that's something you can. And then you have your trustee kind of either running the show. They can either run the business, or you can draft it in a way to designate somebody else to run the business, or you can of course have the trustee sell that, and then all your beneficiaries can appreciate the value of that business down the fact. Dan Barron, what a guy. He will, and I'm going to hold him to this. Look at that profile picture. What a dude. If anybody else have any other questions, I will sit here. I don't know how I could invite somebody on here, but I don't think it works. So not that. I'm going to wait one more minute. And if anybody has any questions, ask away. To fill the time, what kind of weird thing did I have happen today? Without Adam here, I can't think of any. So I'm not going to. All right, everybody. That's a good spot. Thanks a lot for your time. Hope you learned a little, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one.